All right, what's up, guys? VV back with another video, and in today's video, guys, we're going to be checking out a pretty cool spoiler style video, showing some new cards that are going to be coming out. And actually, excuse me, it's not really new cards; it's going to be reprints of cards that needed to be reprinted. I'm very looking forward to this. We're going to spend a pretty good amount of time on this video first thing, and then we'll go from here over to a game a game from the East. Okay, we're going to check out a game from the East, from the most the most recent championship that happened over in the East in the OP08 format. But we're going to check that out. It's going to be a game of Enel versus Red Purple Law. Very interesting matchup. And I will say before I move on from this point, us over here in the West, this is a matchup we need to know. Yes, we don't have access to all the OP08 cards, but I think Enel versus Red Purple Law might show up quite a bit. Because if I had to pick the top 5 decks from OP07, not 8, 7, from OP07, I think the top 5 decks in the West will be Black, Yellow, Luffy, in no particular order. Black, Yellow, Luffy, Red, Purple, Law, Enel, Lucci, and Bonnie. I'll say I know I'm missing one, and Bonnie. I think those 5 decks will make for a pretty healthy format. We'll have to see how things unfold, though. So then we'll go from that. We'll check out the game of Enel versus Red Purple Law, and then we'll go over to, at the very end of the video, I got a game for us on the sim. Pretty fun one. Red, Green, Luffy. I have tackled this before, and I'll link in the comment section below for those who want to see my deep dive on this idea. But Red, Green, Film, Luffy. I think there's something there. I think it's very interesting. I think, like I said, I think there's a lot of potential there, and we'll have to see. Okay, but yeah, that's what we're getting into today, guys. You know what you're getting into, so let's just go ahead and dive in. This will probably not be my longest video. I can tell you that much. Okay, so for once here, we actually have to pause this music. There we go. So that way we can hear this really cool new spoiler. I'll try not to pause it too much, guys, but here we go. Let me make sure the volume's not crazy. Brace your eardrums. All right, here we are. And I'll link this in the comment section below, guys. All right, One Piece card game. I am going to do a lot of pausing, guys, because like I said, we are going to be talking about a lot of this. Okay, so they're showing right here, all the way back in July of 2022, they released these starter decks for the East, because the East obviously got it first. Okay, and then they came out with Romance Dawn, which was around the same time. Those came out at the same time. Sorry, guys. Then OP02 came out. This is when they introduced the color black to the game in November of 2022. And then I think someone correct me if I'm wrong, but over here in the West, I believe we got the game around December 2022. It was either December 2022 or January 2023, basically around that time period. Okay, but all right, here, so OP02, then Yellow got introduced to the game in OP03. Then we got OP04. I think that's when we had the Dressrosa stuff come in. And then OP05, we get Gear 5 Luffy for the first time. Really cool stuff there. And then OP06, we got the Wings of the Pirate King here. And boom. All right, then we just jumped straight to July 2024. Let's see what it is. Okay, pause. The best, One Piece card, the best One Piece card game. It's worded very strangely as far as English goes. That's not an English translation. But they tried, and I think what they're trying to say is, here are the best cards from the One Piece card game. Okay? And again, if you guys, if you guys look at, I'm sorry, I was going to say, if I ever mess up, please tell me on the comment section below. And if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please put them down there. But one thing I want to mention real quick is it looks like at the bottom here, you see the 111 down here? It looks like there will probably be about 111 cards, and then it says plus 30. We'll see what those plus 30 are in just a second. All right, very cool. And, okay, this is something in Japanese I can't read. And I will say this, guys, I'll link this in the comment section below as well, so that way you can watch this video for yourself, for those who are interested. All right, Eustace Kid, Borsalino, Katakuri, Doflamingo, the 10 cost. So some cards are going to be much more exciting to see in this pack than others. Like, for example, what we just saw. Like, let's just... Okay, let me slow it down. Okay. Okay, that's too slow. All right, so Borsalino, this is a nice card to see in here. Very happy about this one. Okay, Katakuri, yep, we needed that. I'm probably going to have a market watch either sometime later this week or next week. So I think a lot of prices are going to drop now that this has been revealed. Okay, and then we're going to speed up again after Doflamingo. Very good. Awesome. So here you go, guys. Look at all these cards that are going to be printed in this PRB set. just a lot of good stuff, right? Hody Jones, Reiju, any card. I think what they did, again, I can't read all this Japanese. I'm sorry, guys. And I even tried to translate it roughly. Like, look at this, guys. I actually tried. If you look at the top of my screen, I had Google Translate up. And when you put some of these in, like, look what it came up with. Miam Blaster for that first screen. It's like, okay, never mind. I'll just have to have the people in the comment section help me out, whoever speaks Japanese or has a better translator. Okay, but a lot of good cards in here. Shirahoshi, Satori, we need all this stuff. Okay, and look at these other ones. We got Bo on here, Koala. Okay, so some cards in here are kind of random because I think they should have only focused on the super expensive cards. Like the card down here in the bottom left corner. Queen, let's go. Absolutely. Blocker Law, Gecko Moria. Parasparrow, yeah, he was starting to get a little expensive. Some of the searchers weren't as expensive, and same with this Marco, but hey, we'll take the reprints if it drives the price down even more. And potentially gives us alt arts in this set for them. We'll check that out in a minute. Okay, Shirahoshi. Let's try to translate this one, guys, because this is... Okay, alt print screen. Some of these were working, I will say, because I already tried this. Paste from clipboard. Some of these were actually working correctly. So check this one out. All right, yeah, see, newly recorded full art parallel that pops out of the frame. So the frame is this yellow thing, right, guys? Like, that's what they're talking about. They're not talking about it's like actually popping out the card, like, you know, just trying to hype it up. Watch this. Check this out, guys. Awesome. Okay. Oh, man. These look so good. I'm not gonna lie. Some of these look so incredible. And look, they're even reprinting Helmeppo because that sees a lot of play. I think that was probably their #1 priority, was not even so much the cost, but actually how much are these cards played in, you know, in the actual format. And if that's the case, that kind of helps both things out, right? Because if a card's being played a lot in the format and they reprint more of them, that will drive the price down naturally. And do you guys see how there's like a foiling effect that they have on these cards? Look at that. Oh, man, it looks so good outside of the frame. That might have to be a new look they go with eventually, guys. Just, like, get out of the frame. Just completely out of the frame. Okay, let's see what this one says. All right, Google Translate here. Like I said, if y'all want to watch this, you know, by yourselves, where you can just watch the whole thing through uninterrupted, I will link in the comment section below for you, but I do want to check these out for people who are interested. A Pirate Flag foil card with a sparkling pirate flag is also available for the first time. Okay, let's see what that is. Oh, man. Y'all see that? I don't know how well this comes out on the video, and I know my head's in the way a little bit, but look at that, guys. The skulls on there. Okay. This is pretty cool, guys. This is pretty cool. Okay, we have to at least try to translate this one. And for those who are wondering what I'm doing, you just hit Alt Print Screen, and then you just drop it from your clipboard into Google Translate. Sometimes it works good, sometimes it doesn't. The long-awaited, newly drawn parallel. Okay, let's see what this is. Kuzan. Oh, man. These look so good, guys. Big fan of the Kuzan. Big fan of the Shanks and the Yamato. This one's kind of more cartoony looking, the one of Kaido over here, but it still looks so good. And those blues are just vibrant, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And this new Yamato looks really cool. So I wonder, you guys tell me in the comment section below, are these just alternate arts of cards that will already be in the set? Like, for example, in the PRB set, will Kuzan be in there, the normal standard-looking version, and then you have the potential of opening this alt art for it? Or maybe not. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. You guys help me out if you know in the comment section below. All right, let's keep going. We got Shanks in the background looking awesome. Whew. Wow. Okay, look at this Hiyori, guys. Yeah, in case you're wondering, this will probably be in one of my art critique videos in the future, or my art critique portions in the future. That card just looks incredible. This card looks so good. Hody looks awesome too. I mean, I really... This is probably my favorite Hody so far. Same thing with the Law. I don't like this Gecko Moria as much, but hey, like I said, if these cards are going to drive the price down of like the standard cards of each of these, like not the alt art versions, it's welcome, you know, in the game for sure. Because this is going to help out new players as well, you know what I mean? That Law looks incredible. Okay, nice. 4-cost blocker Marco, getting the respect he deserves. That's a very powerful card. And look at this full art stage, guys. Y'all see this? Really cool. Satori back here. Wow, this is a really nice alt art for One-Legged Toy Soldier. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, what does this say? Alt print screen. Let's check it out. Whoops, I went full screen. There we go. Because I do want to know what this stuff says, guys. I'm as curious as you guys are. Paste from clipboard. Sorry, I should have had these like prepared to slide, but I'm just doing this on the fly, guys. All right, 30 types of Dawn cards. So remember that 30? I did know about this. I know a lot of people probably have already heard about some of this stuff. Check out these Dawn cards. These things are incredible. Okay, and we will be pausing and looking at them. Check these out. I got to move my head a little bit. I'm just going to like shrink my head a little bit. Whoops. Oh no. Almost messed up everything. There we go. All right, look at this, guys. Okay. I'm going to go through most of these. Okay, so this is kind of going to work as an art critique part of the video, but I just have to talk about at least some of these. So I'm going to tell you guys the ones I like the absolute best, and know right away, white, black, and gold. Those are my colors. And check this out, man. I know that's an orange flame, like for Ace, but that looks so good. The crocodile one coming out is pretty nice too, but I like the Enel one a little better. I like when, okay, so black and gold are my colors, white, black, and gold, and I'm okay when there's like a blue accent or like a red accent like this, or even in this case for Luffy, look at this purple one. That is so sick. Really good stuff there. Some of these are a little bit meh to me. Like, I guess, you know, it all depends on what your favorite character is, right? Like, for me, these are not my favorite. You know, let me turn this on for a second, because I'll be talking for a little bit. Some of these are not like my favorite characters or favorite colors or anything. So like all the pink ones I'm not a huge fan of, even though some look better than others, like, or at least in my opinion. I really like this one down here. Is that maybe Uda? Because I see a little music symbol. This one looks cool. The Whitebeard one looks awesome. Sakazuki looking, you know, ready to make some donuts. Am I right? Looks really good. Sabo looks really good. And here's what I really like about what One Piece is doing. I think they saw what we were doing in the West. A lot of people like just make their own. I'm sure they do it in the East as well, but a lot of people just make their own Dawn cards, or they'll just like put Magic the Gathering lands in Dawns in sleeves and just like play them as if they're Dawn cards, which I think is really cool. And it's a unique part of this game that you're allowed to get away with, at least at a local level, not at a tournament level. But let me just skip all that. Bandai saw people doing that, and they're like, okay, y'all like having the cool Dawn cards? Well, let's just print some legit official legal ones. And here they are. And wait till you see the other versions, guys. I have seen this. The other versions are incredible. There will be 3 different rarities of each one of these Dawn cards. What you're looking at right now is the base rarity. The Law one, by the way, looks so good. We talked about some of these. I actually showed these off in a previous video. The Queen one, the King one, and then Kaido. The Kaido one is my absolute favorite. Just wait till we see the gold version. The Zoro one down here looking incredible. I like the pink and purple are not my favorite colors, but this one right here of like the bats, like the Thriller Bark Gecko Moria vibe, looks really good. But yeah, okay, let's get. I'm sorry if I didn't mention the one you wanted me to, guys. I was just kind of trying to blast through these. Okay, let's pause this music and keep going. Here we go. Now check out this. So this is the next rarity. Do you see that? How it's foiling? So there's going to be a non-foil basic art. Then there's going to be a foil art of each one of these Dawn cards. And then watch this last one, guys. This last one is ridiculous. It is so incredible. Oh, man. I was blown away when I saw some of these, especially my favorite one up here, the Dragon one, or Kaido, excuse me, the Kaido one. Or like I said, I don't know if that's Kaido or Momonosuke. I don't know what's supposed to be going on there. I'm pretty sure it's Kaido, though. Then we have Lucci over here. All of these actually changed. Like, look at the... Gosh, guys, please check out this video. Like I said, I will link it in the comment section below so you can actually look at each one of these in detail. These are incredible. Like, these are absolutely incredible. And the gold ones are still foil. So not only are they like gold, but they're also foiled. And the stuff that's foiled on the card, like look at this. This one up here has like donuts and stuff. Is this like inside like Katakuri's mouth or something? I think the top right one is like inside Katakuri's mouth. And there's like donuts and stuff in here. That looks so good. And the way the gold is etched into each one of these, or like the foiling is etched into each one of these gold versions, is just incredible. It takes each one to the next level. So really cool stuff there. Sorry to hear that for all the collectors, guys. Imagine having to get all 30 of these. Well, excuse me. It's 30 and then 2 different rarities. So we're talking 30, 60, 90 different cards across what you see here on the screen. That's going to be rough. All right, let's keep going. Okay, something from the manga. We're not going to translate each one of these pages. The new leader is going to be in this, the new Sanji leader, and check out this alt art. Not bad, not bad. Looks pretty cool. Of course, he's got the cigarette in. He always has that cigarette. And then, yeah, everything else looks good. Just, you know, just a solid, face portrait art. Okay. And some word right there. Okay, Nami over here crying. Okay, this is a manga Nami. Check it out, guys. This one looks so good. All the faces back here, this looks so good. And I know a lot of people love Nami. A lot of people love the in the manga stuff as well. Really cool stuff. Okay, and I think that's about it. We're down to the end of the video, and then it has the date. So this will be coming out July 27th in the East. Sorry to get your hopes up, guys, but we're talking July 27th in the East. That means we'll probably get it about 4 months after that. We'll probably get it sometime around November or December, okay? But hey, this looks... I am so excited. So now let me turn the music back on over here, and we have to talk about what we just saw for a second, guys. Turn the volume off on the video, and we have to look at some of the cards coming out. These cards, and actually we missed one. Some of the cards that are being reprinted in here is so good. It's so nice that they're doing this. I'm so happy they chose to do this because the prices were getting too extreme in this game. And by the way, not compared to some games, but how do I say this? The cards didn't need to be this expensive. Like, especially Yamato. There was a point where this card was like $45 a card. The card up in the top left. I think Sanji was getting up to about $10 a card. The secret rares, it fluctuates. Hody Jones was a little bit expensive. This blocker law was only available in ST13, so if you didn't get it through, or excuse me, ST10, and if you didn't get it through there, it was just super expensive. Radbeam was getting super expensive. Reiju, Sanji's Pilaf was unnecessarily expensive as well. And look at this, guys. The Boa reprint, the Queen reprint is so good. And like we saw in the little opener there, like let me go back to here and hit play. Like we saw here. Okay, watch this. All right, it's gonna show some of the new cards. These were the most exciting. Eustace Kid was like $40 a card, guys. $35 to $40 a card. Next up, Borsalino. These were such... They were much needed. And then Katakuri. The Doflamingo was never that expensive. But man, seeing that Katakuri on that list, seeing the Borsalino, I could not be more excited to see that. Because I want to see the prices stay down. I'm going to do an entire video on this soon. Let me go to the Dawn page real quick for people to look at. Okay, and these were really cool as well, by the way. All these right here. Like, look at the Kuzan, Shanks... All these are so good. These alt arts look so incredible. Okay, and then let me go to the Dawn page. I'm just going to pause it right here for a second. I'm probably going to do a video on it soon, talking about how, like, I don't care what card game you're playing, there needs to be a price, like, some way to make an equilibrium with the price. When cards start reaching into the $30, $40 range, we got to pull that back in, you know? Like, Pokemon figured it out. And I understand when it comes to cards that are super old, it is hard to do that. You know, as the card game gets older and older, and more people get into the game, and there's no extra cards being printed to keep up with the new players entering the game, of course, you know, there's a scarcity of cards. But that's not really what I feel like what was happening in the West. I feel like it was a combination of scalpers, product issue, like product, availability issues, and things like that. But hey, it looks like Bandai's listening. You got to give credit where it's due. And I don't mind defending or saying things against Bandai. I always try to just tell you guys the truth, and I try to say it from a totally unbiased standpoint. Just like, you know, I've done it before. Even in I did a video where I went to a local regional at Kissimmee. And guys, I was very critical of how it was run. I did not approve of how it was run, and that's fine. You know, those are my least. Those videos are probably the worst of all my videos because it's a very divisive topic sometimes. And guys, with Bandai, I know a lot of people talk trash about them, and I get it. When they do something wrong, you call it out. But when they do something right, you got to call that out too. This is a breath of fresh air as a content creator, someone who wants to see this game take off, by the way, not even just as a content creator, as someone who like actually enjoys the game. There's a reason I put out a video every day on this game, right? It's not just like to grow the channel. It's because I love this game. You know what I mean? Like this game is so good. And when I see things that start to threaten it from growing or getting better or whatever, I call it out the second I see it, guys. And then vice versa, or you know, on the opposite end of that, when I see good things like this happen, I'm very, very excited. So cool. You guys tell me what y'all think in the comment section below about this PRB set. I know this is a collector's worst nightmare. Okay, I understand that this is a collector's worst nightmare. But at the same time, once you do get the collection, it's going to look absolutely incredible. Because you guys saw, like, let me hit play real quick. Like, look at the gold Dawn you're going to be able to get. Like, that's just going to look so good, guys. It might need to be framed. Like, maybe come up with a way to frame it where you can have it on your wall. Because this just looks awesome. It just looks so good. Okay, that's enough of that, guys. I told y'all we'd be spending some time on that. But I was very excited to see it. And if I missed anything or if I misquoted something, y'all help me out in the comment section below. Now, on to the game. Okay, now on to the game. we got a game of, let me make sure that the speed's on 2x, quality's at, all right, we're good to go. Okay, let me pause right here so I can put my head where it needs to be up here at the top. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. All right, we're good to go. Now we're good to go. So it starts off with, this is Enel versus Red Purple Law. Law goes first, 1 Dawn, pass. Enel, 2 Dawn, pass. Okay, very exciting start to the game, right? Very exciting start. Let me make sure we're on 2x speed as well. Okay, we are. We're good. All right, so swing 8 at Enel, and Enel takes it. I should have read the hands first, guys. Sorry, this guy's hand's right in the way. But this guy's got a Yamato, a Katakuri, an Enel, a Flampe, and let's see what else. He's got Frankie, Beige, and a Onami. And then the player on the right, the Red Purple Law player, has Kid Killer, Shashi and Penguin, Zoro, Pudding, Sanji, and another Pudding. And looks like they're going to go to 5 Dawn this turn, and they're going to draw a Queen. Well, that was a pretty decent card to top deck, right? That's a pretty decent card to top deck when you get straight to 5 Dawn. Well, let's see what he does. Yep, he's going to swing 5. I think the play is Queen here. Absolutely. Plays out Queen, returns 1 Dawn to go to 4. He's going to draw 2 cards and trash 1. And let's see what he chooses to do here. That's a hard choice. I think he's going to have to get rid of one of these 2K counters, though, to be honest. Or actually, he has 2 Puddings. I'd get rid of a Pudding. Absolutely. Yeah, it looks like he's favoring that. That is the right call. Get rid of the Pudding. Says go. So, very interesting. Instead of trying to develop, like right there, what he could have done was just develop something like a Shashi and Penguin to get some board presence, to get an advantage on the board. But he decides, nope, not going to do that. And then he passes the turn. I think he wants to go under 4 Dawn first, or 4 Dawn. I think he wants to go under 4 life first, in case this player's running Gedatsu. Okay, so right here we drew a Beige for the turn, and it looks like he drew a Luffy from life. The 5-cost Rocket Boots Luffy pops a 4 or less if you're at 2 or less life and draws a card. All right, so let's see what happens. Tap 5. He's probably going to play out the Luffy. Yep, very solid card. And pass turn. I don't understand. Well, okay, I understand a little bit. He wants to keep his Yamato as strong as possible, and he doesn't want to give the Red Purple Law player any extra gas by attacking life. But I still feel like you're on a clock versus Red Purple Law, guys. I don't know how else to say it. Because, like, okay, you're not letting him draw any more cards in hand. Well, he's got, like, 9 cards in his hand. Or let me see. I think he's got 8 cards in hand. Let's see. All right, drew for the turn. Here it comes. Boom. All right, so he has 8 cards in hand. So you're not really depriving him of any of the tools he needs. So, I mean, like I said, I understand the logic. It does make it makes your Yamato weaker if you're not going to attack, if you attack into their life. But, I don't know. Again, I feel like you can't really base your entire strategy on that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I have not seen this game, by the way. This is my first time seeing it. So, Red Purple Law is going to swing for 7 at face. He's saying, hey, I'm just going to keep beating you down, and you're giving me all the time in the world to set up. I appreciate it. Okay. Plays out a Gordon. Yep, this Luffy's going bye-bye. And, that was the thing that was, playing out the Luffy was very dangerous. Plays out the Sanji. He's got 3 Dawn left. He might play out the other one now because he has 2 or less more Dawn, or 2 or more less Dawn, however you say it, for the Sanji. Y'all know what I mean. Okay, so Enel is on an 8 Dawn turn now. He can play out the Katakuri and put Frankie on top of his life, and I think that's like swing 5 with Frankie, get him to use the what's his name, the Queen. Swing. Well, okay, it doesn't even matter because he has 3 blockers. He has 3 6K blockers. So yeah, just play out the Katakuri. Okay. Wow. Okay, that's very interesting. That is very interesting. So my play there, if I'm the Enel player, is actually just to put my Frankie back on top of my life. So that way I go up to 2 life. When he attacks enemy, I draw a card from the Frankie, and he comes back into play. But he's gonna let the Red Purple Law player go up to 5 life while using the like I said, without attacking. He's not even attacking his opponent. Very interesting. Very, very interesting here. Because the Red Purple Law player is now threatening 3 attacks right now, and he has double Kid and Killer in hand, and a Zoro. Whew. This is going to be interesting. I can't wait to see what happens here. It looks like he was about to attack with the Sanji. Okay, they're showing Black Maria on the screen, but he doesn't have Black Maria in his hand unless I don't see it. No, he doesn't have Black Maria in his hand. He has Pudding, Zoro, double Kid and Killer, Shashi and Penguin, and a Eustace Kid. That is a manga foil, rare, whatever, Eustace Kid. Okay, so swing for 5. Give me a 1K counter. Sure, we'll take it. Okay, now we'll play out Eustace Kid. Probably going to Dawn, yep, -3. play out the Shashin Penguin. Excellent. He's going to gain 2. Then he's going to gain 1. And he probably should have waited to swing to do that, so it would have forced out a 2K counter instead. But either way, he got a 1K counter out of hand. It's better than nothing. He got 1 card out of his hand either way, so we'll take it. All right. So he's going to play out Yamato to pop the... that pops a 6-cost Sanji. So, okay, we're starting to see a payoff here. We're starting to see a payoff for what he's doing by not attacking into the red-purple law player's life. Again, very interesting strategy. This it's like a Starvo strategy, but, you know, if it works, it works. We'll have to see. And again, I don't know who wins this game, so I don't know if it works or not. All right. And now it looks like he drew a queen for the turn. Red-purple law drawing a queen there is actually huge, and I think he's just going to play the queen here and then go from there depending on what he gets. Okay, swing for 5 gives him a 1K counter. Interesting. And let's see here. It looks like he's tapping 5. Did he count 5 correctly? Yep, that's 5. So he's going to play that out, return 1 Dawn. That Dawn's going to come back from the Eustace Kid. Let's see what he draws. He has to draw 2, trash 1. Ah, move your hand. It's another Kid and Killer. A 3rd Kid and Killer. It looks like he's going to go, you know, full throttle here, guys. This is going to be interesting. So get a Dawn back. Swing for 5 with Shashi and Penguin. And here's the thing. Each one of these attacks is going to say either you give me a life or you give me a card from hand. That's why he's not trying to swing for 7, swing for 8. Like, nope, we're just going to swing little 5s here and there, whittle your hand down, or you're going to start giving me your life. Gives him a 2K counter for a 5K attack. That's very telling. For 3, plays out Zoro. Swing 5. Yeah, I mean, he just gave you a 2K counter. He just gave you a 2K counter. Okay, so let's see what happens here. He's swinging for 5, and it's going to be another 2K counter. Okay, yeah, okay, so the thing about the starve strategy, I did pause it, guys. The thing about starving your opponent out here as the Enel is like he has no pressure to swing with these blockers. He is, you know, the red-purple law player is just straight up building blockers. He's got 3 5-cost 6Ks on the board. Yes, Yamato can pop 1, but if you're smashing through, you're going to pop them in that way too while putting your opponent in danger. But let's see what happens. And remember, guys, the red-purple law player, he did get 2 queens, but he has not drawn a single Reiju yet. So those are coming. You know, those got to be coming up soon here. Okay, very nice. That's very nice with the Hino Zap Bird, whatever it's called. I can't remember what it's called. And then he's gonna wait. What did he do? Kadatsu to pop the queen. Excellent. Okay, sorry guys, I didn't even see those cards in his hand, so I couldn't comment on them, but those are really solid for his strategy here to just starve out the opponent and start popping his board with these really, really strong cards. Okay, he's swinging for 6 at one of the characters, I would assume. Okay, swinging at this guy. He's gone. Yep. And let's see what happens next. He's probably just going to pass. He has 2 Dawn active. Oh, he could swing with Frankie. Okay, swing 7 into Zoro. Okay, Zoro's gone. All right. Let's see what happens here. He has 4 cards in hand. He's confirming. It's about time to start swinging. Oh, gosh. Okay, so he swung at life, gets a Zoro, swings at life, gets a... What is that? A Black Maria. Okay, very nice. All right, it's looking pretty ugly for the red-purple law player. However, those are 2 very strong cards, or excuse me, 3 very strong cards in his hand called Kid and Killer. Let's see what happens. And in the process of swinging, he is going to be able to bottom deck a Frankie with that Gordon. Okay, so swing for 5. Okay, where at life, I was going to say he could have swung for 5 at the Frankie. Swing for 5 at life. Swing for 7 at life. Oh, gosh. Oh, heavens. Here we go. And there is only 2K in the Enel player's hand. So a 7 will take both of his 2K counters. Yep. All right. He wants to see his trash. And he sees 2K. He sees 3 2K counters, I believe, and 1 2K on the field. He says, okay, Zoro, swing for 5. Since you showed me double 2K, that's not good, right? Because it should have been a 2K 1K. Absolutely. This is excellent play by this red-purple law. That read was incredible. And what did he get from life? I'm sorry, I didn't see it move. Okay, he bottom decks the Gadatsu with the Gordon. I'm sorry, was the Gordon already on the field? Hang on, I'm sorry, guys. I do have to check real quick. Wait. Oh, he had 5 Dawn active. Sorry, guys, I had to make sure. So he had 5 Dawn active. He's going to play out the Gordon with one of them. Bottom deck your Gadatsu. Well, minus 3,000. Leader effect, minus 3,000. Swing for 7 at life. He knows he doesn't have a way to block it. Yeah. Oh, so game over. So the game's over. It doesn't matter what it is, because he has nothing else in hand if he just plays out the Kid Killer. Oh, man. Oh, that was so brutal, guys. Okay, so that is what is so important about making reads in this game. So watch what happens here. Let's start all the way at the beginning of this turn. Okay, and I will fast forward, don't worry. So he's going to swing 5 at the leader, and let's see what he does. Right here, he should have done a 2K counter. Pause. He should have countered out for 2 here. Still wouldn't have mattered, by the way, but that would have been the correct play, because watch what happens here. Okay, gets a, what did he get? I didn't even see it. Some card on the far, I think it's a Yamato. Oh, it was a Flampe. Excuse me. So he got a Flampe from that, or did he get the ace? I don't know. He got a card from it. Now he's swinging for 7. Well, now you have to give him 2 cards. Now you have to give him 2 2K counters to get out of this. And honestly, I think the right play here, so let's say something else. He should have just straight up taken it right here, I think. I think taking it right here actually would have won him the game, because then watch what happens. Okay, yep, he sees it all. He says, oh, okay, you got all these you just gave me all those 2K counters. You know, number 1, you should have countered out of the first one. You should have countered out of the 5K attack with the 2K. And then when he swings for 7, you take that. And then when he drops down the Zoro right here, you can counter out of this with a 2K. Then he could actually win the game here, right? Potentially. Maybe not. But since he knew, oh, you just gave me 2 2K counters, well, you're in desperation mode. You're afraid you're going to lose the game. So I'll just swing at you for 5, and you're either going to give me another 2K counter. It was actually absolutely brilliant, because if he had countered out of this, if the Enel player had countered out of this, then you still do the Gordon play to get rid of the Gadatsu with the leader effect, throwing down a Kid and Killer to take out the Frankie, and then you're still fine. You still have 2 Kid and Killers for next turn. So it actually worked out absolutely, like I said, it was a great read by the Red-Purple Law player, and somewhat of an inaccuracy on the play by the Enel player, in my personal opinion. Some people might disagree, because I know you don't know your opponent's hand, but you actually can read your opponent's hand when they do plays like this. Like I said, right here, this was just a mistake. This guy swung for 5. He has both 2K counters in his hand right now. Okay, so okay, Flampe, or actually beige. Give him beige. All right, your turn. I'm still at 2 life, and that would have dictated the game. That would have changed the game in a totally different way. And he would have flat out won if the Red Purple Law player tried to go all in. Okay, so swing 7. Oh, okay. The normal response here would be to just take this now, right? Because you should have countered out of the Red Purple Law, the leader attack. It's like, okay. But I understand. I know a lot of people are like, dude, you can't know stuff like that. I do get it. But once you show me a double 2K like that from what I just did, Zoro's coming in for 5. Because like I said, now the worst possible outcome of this play right here is he counters out for a 1K that you know he doesn't have. See, again, so the worst possible scenario here is he counters out for a 2K. And then you just go for his board. You just play out the you play out the Gordon, minus 3,000 to the Gadatsu, bottom deck it with your leader effect, smash into the Frankie, and now he only has 3 attacks for next turn, and you can try and win that way. And then the Red Purple Law player still has 2 2K counters in hand and 3 life, one of them being a 2K counter. Awesome stuff, really well played by the Red Purple Law player. I think the Enel player should have been countering out of the little attacks, though, because think about it, this play does... This turn doesn't quite go this way if you countered out of the law attack first. If he had done a single 2K counter out of the law attack, that might have changed everything, where maybe the Red Purple Law player doesn't even go all in. You know what I mean? So I think it was just the safer play. But it is what it is. You guys tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. I really want to know what y'all think about that game. All right. Next up, guys, we got a game on the sim. We've got some red-green film Luffy. Okay, let me hit play. Whoops, I didn't even adjust my face yet. Sorry, guys. All right, let me go boop, like that. Make, you know, as if my head needed to be any bigger, right? There we go. I'm just kidding. Okay, we're good. So play volume is off. Speed should be on 2x. I think I already did it. Yep, very good. All right, here we go, guys. We got red-green Luffy. This is a film version I made against red-green Law. And this isn't, I believe this is OP07 or OP08 format. Check this out. This red-green Law player is playing something very interesting. He's messing around with the Animal engine, the new Animal engine from OP08. Okay, I'm going to play out Nami. And I believe it, yeah, the Animals came out in OP08, right? Yes, they did. So this is OP08. I play out the Nami, and I draw a card from that. You know, that's just so strong, guys. And don't forget Shiraya, Shanks, every card in my hand right now, every card in my hand, and on the field for that matter, is film. All of them. Okay, red-green has a very strong film package. Red-purple probably has the second best, like, film package. So who knows? Maybe there'll be a green-purple film leader sooner in the future or something. But for now, it's very solid in red and green. Okay, swing 5 into this little guy here. Give me a blocker or give me him. That's fine. I'm going to swing 5 into 4 here. Let's see if he gives it to me. That will determine what I want to do for this turn. Okay, he gives me a blocker. Okay, seems good. We'll play this guy out. So playing out the blocker law there to pull back the top 3 searcher for film, Luffy, to play him back out, and then we got this play right here. Another option we could have done there, just to give a heads up, guys, is instead of getting greedy and drawing so many cards here, instead of drawing a card from the Nami, I could have attached one Dawn to the Luffy and swung into the Chopper, and then done the same play otherwise, right? Or like done the exact same thing, but instead of me drawing an extra card, I would have taken an extra card from my opponent, or potentially cleared another card on his board. So that is another option. And looking back, since I already knew I was going to use, draw the card from the Luffy, that probably would have been the more, technically like better play. Okay. Like, in other words, that would have been the excellent play. Again, I like to use the chess terms because this is very much a 1-versus-1 game like chess is, and there's a lot of tactics and strategy. So my play was a good play when it could have been an excellent play. Okay, 5 into 5 here. There's no reason for me to let that go here. And I don't use my blocker just yet when I probably should have, to be honest. I probably should have used the blocker, but let's see what he does here. I still have 2 2Ks in hand and 2 1Ks if I need to get out of something. Yep, see, so I should have 100% used the blocker. But that's all right. Okay, so now my turn again. He passes with a full board. That's where red-green law wants to be at. But guys, with this leader I'm running, I can turn the gas on anytime I need to. I got another 2K counter in my hand. I'm going to swing for 6 to get around the law, and then I'm going to draw a card with her effect. Okay, and now let's see. I'm going to swing for 5. Whoops, or actually, I was thinking about swinging for 5. He can use his blocker here. Now I can actually, if I wanted to, I could have swung into it with I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, I like that play a lot. Hang on, I'm really considering what I want to do here. Playing out the Shiraya is the safe call. Let's see what I do. Because I can't take out that law. Let me pause. Realistically, I can't take out that blocker law because he has Tony Chopper on the board. I would have had to swing 6 into him with my blocker law, and then stand up my Nami or the blocker law to smash into him. That was an option with my leader effect, but I think this is the safer line of play. Because my hand is completely stacked right now. I've got 3 2K counters, a 1K, and double shanks. So whatever he plays this next turn is just going to get KO'd. 6 into 5. I don't like the idea of losing that. Now, understand real quick, guys, my Shiraya is now going to be able to block for 6 for the rest of the turn. Okay, because he attached a Dawn to his leader first. Okay, let's see what my opponent does. Okay, we're on 2x speed, guys. We're just waiting for him. Actually, let me. I did check, didn't I? Yeah, we're on 2x speed. We're just waiting for my opponent to make a play here. Probably not a lot of good plays at this point. I do think this build is interesting. Okay, that couldn't have been the play, right? Because he could have just used his leader effect to return the Chopper instead of replacing the 1 cost on the board to play out the Zoro and then do everything he just did there with paying 1 less Dawn. Okay, that's fine. So he swung for 6. I think I countered out of it with the 2K. Now he's going to swing for 7, it looks like. Or excuse me, for 8. He attached 2 Dawn. I'm just going to let it go now. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm not too worried. I need to clear up a spot on my board anyway so I can play out Shanks and pop one of his characters. Okay, so right here, I think it's time to just start beating up on the board. Yep, we're going to go 5 at Zoro. We know the card in his hand is a law, a 5-cost blocker law. So now right here, going to pop the Chopper, and now he has pretty much no way of activating his leader effect unless I start swinging, which I do start swinging. I don't know, that might have been too aggressive there because number 1, that's one of my blockers, and number 2, otherwise he could not fill up his board and use his leader effect properly. Unless he had drawn a blocker from his turn. Yeah, there are ways to get around it, of course. Plays out the Cavendish. Cavendish is just an incredible card. It's a card I might even consider running in this film version just because it's that good of a card. And if you're Leader Supernova Pirates, why not? Okay, 6 into 6. No way I'm going to let him have it that easy when I can get out of that. And then it looks like he's going to swing 6 more into 6. Okay, we'll give him a 2K. What now, right? Like, there's pretty much no way for him to take out my guy at this point unless he has some kind of, like, Luffy in hand. Maybe he can pull back the 2K counter Chopper. Okay, pulls back that card, some red card, I don't know what it was, plays down the 5-cost blocker Law, pulls back Nami, replays Nami. That's what Law does best, right? That's what he does best. We're going to start off with the 12k attack on the leader. The right play here is just to take it, because there's no way. Yep, that was the right play. But now what do I do? Okay, I can get super aggressive here if I want to and just start swinging out. Pause. So what I could do here, look how many attacks I have. I could literally swing for like, okay, I've got 10 Dawn still. So if I swing with my Shariah, that's going to be 5 at the leader. So maybe attach 1 to Shariah to swing 6 to get over the blocker. Swing 6 with my blocker Law, and then put 3 on each of these guys. And that's, actually not 3, 2. Put 2 on each of these Luffys, 5 and 5, and that was only 5 Dawn for the turn, right? Then attach 1 Dawn to my leader to swing for 6, and then unrest my my Law and swing from there. I think that's what I probably should have done, because that would have ended up being 7 attacks for 5 or better. You know what I mean? So right here, I'm trying to get him to use something. Gives me a 1k counter. That's fine. Now, it looks like I have my Shanks highlighted. Just remove that. Just get rid of the... Okay, that was interesting. I'm surprised I didn't try to knock out the blocker Law, but Cavendish is an absolute monster. So I guess that does make sense as well. Swing for 6. Okay, I don't have that. We're gonna just eat it. But now I've got a 2k and a 1k. I could have blocked with my Law and then did a 1k counter out. Okay, I'll just give him a 2k here. That was a nice hit from the top of my life. He plays out a Chopper so he can use his leader effect to pull back the blocker Law. Plays out the Hiking Bear. Very odd, right? This deck's very odd, but it seems really good at the same time. Plays over the Chopper to pull back Nami, replay Nami, do a top 5 search. I feel like that's not the play. I feel like that's just simply not the play. Okay, now he's in trouble. I'm swinging for 2 12Ks a turn. I haven't even used my leader's effect here. So it's going to be 7. And now it's just load up 7. I think I just go 7s. What I could have done there was put all the rest of the Dawn on my Trafalgar Law or my leader, either one, and just go all in at face and game over. All right, well, there you go, guys. That was it. Pretty short video today, like I said. Let me see. Oh, yeah, pretty short video. Only going to be about 45 minutes long. You guys know how I am. But here's the deck list I was running for that. I think this might have a few revisions since that video, but this is the gist of what I'm running. And look, I am running the Cavendish, just like I said. So yeah, I think this is like the updated version of what you guys just saw. Pretty solid deck, I will say. It needs some revisions. I was trying out the Rayleighs. I put in the Baccarat. I don't remember if it was before or after the video we just saw, but this is actually a really strong card, guys. Like, look at this. It's film searchable, okay? And it's a 3-cost, 4,000 power, 1k counter blocker with on your opponent's attack, once per turn, trash a card from hand, and then give up to one of your leader or characters plus 2,000 power during this turn. So that can make my blockers bigger. That can save things like Nami. And the cards I can trash are cards like this 7-cost Luffy, this Rayleigh, this Shanks, even the blocker Law if I need to. Even this card if I need to, just to save my life or to save my character or whatever. So this Baccarat is actually really, really good. Yeah, leader or character. Very nice. The searchability in this deck is insane. Nami can attack multiple times if we need to with a leader effect. Because remember, this guy can stand a Supernova or Straw Hat Crew character. So something like Kid and Killer, being able to attack twice with this, absolutely insane. Because the first attack will be for 7, if they have 2 or less life. The first attack will be for 7. The second attack will be for 10. Okay? Because the when attacking will stack at that point, and the leader effect gives them another +1. So absolutely disgusting what can happen with Kid and Killer and Luffy for finishing out games. There probably is some kind of argument to maybe put in the 5-cost Luffy that can't be blocked, because if I'm going against a deck that doesn't have like a lot of removal, well, what I can do very easily is just put that card on the board. Let me show you the card I'm talking about. I'm sure everyone knows who I'm talking about by now. This Luffy right here. If I play this card out and they can't get rid of it, like if it's against a deck that's running low removal or no removal, like think of like Green Uda if they don't have any backlights ready, if you hit this card down on the board, you could attach 6 Dawn to him to swing for 11 unblockable, and then with the remaining 4 Dawn, stand him up with your leader effect, swing for 12 unblockable. That is really, really gross, right? Like that's really good. There is something to be said about that, though. There is something to be said there. But then it's like, okay, well, what do I take out? Is this too defensive? Like, or even the Rayleigh. Is the Rayleigh too aggressive? Or, well, I guess it's not the right word. Is this reaching too far with the Rayleigh when I could just put the Monkey D. Luffy in his place? So, Now, one thing I will say, one of the reasons I'm not a huge fan of Monkey D. Luffy in this specific build is Nami can only search up film cards, even though she is a Straw Hat crew. And the stuff that goes with her, like Brook and Luffy, these can play film or Straw Hat cards. But Nami and this other Luffy can only get film cards. So you can't really search up Luffy, unfortunately. You know, oh, I forgot to move my head. As usual. Sorry, guys. I was getting so good at that. This is the card I was talking about, of course. Let me just go through these real quick. I'll just do a count so you guys can see the cards on the side. So I'm running 2 Kid and Killer, 4 of Saga, it's just a 2K counter, 3 Shanks, 4 Shiraya, 4 Luffy Searcher, 4 Baccarat, 2 Rayleigh, 2 Cavendish, 4 Sanji, this is the 2K counter, 4 Bluno, 2 of the Blocker Law, 4 Chopper, 4 3-cost Nami, 4 Brook, and 3 of the Monkey D. Luffy, 7-cost Blocker. And like I said, if I were to make any like immediate changes, it would probably be drop out the Rayleighs and put in 2 Luffys. So that way you kind of have like these 2 like dual purpose. See, maybe that's what it is actually. I think I should. Okay, how do I say this? It's going to come down to this. I should either pick the Luffys or pick the Kid and Killers because they're both going to serve the same purpose in this deck. The purpose of it being to just close out the game. And honestly, I feel like Kid and Killer is actually better at that now, unless they have a blocker. So it's kind of like, man, because this is a 4 for 7, this is a 5 for 6, right? So obviously the 4 for 7, like the 4-cost 7K rusher is better than the 5-cost 6K rusher. But where Luffy is strong is where, okay, if he sits around for more than 1 turn and you've got 9, 10 Dawn to play with, okay, well now he's coming in unblockable twice, you know, so I don't know. Maybe I'll keep both of them in for now, or maybe even as a 1 of each if I need to mess with things there. Because another thing I'd like to mess with in this deck, since this is a Supernova leader, there is this one card, guys. I'm sure you all have heard of it. You know, that just came out in OP07. Bazil. Basil Hawkins. Okay, if your leader is Supernova, he has block. So it would be really nice to be able to get a card like this down as well. Now, with him being a 6-cost, it does not go with your leader effect. The leader effect can only withstand a 5-cost or less. So, you know, it doesn't go perfectly with that, but at the same time, you have other, you know, there are other things you're trying to do. You know, there are other much stronger targets, well, not much stronger, there are other targets that are as good that you can use the leader effect on, like the Luffy, like the Kid and Killer, or even Trafalgar Law, right? This card's incredible. And it's, remember, the leader effect can get a Supernova or Straw Hat crew member. So as long as they're 5 or less. So you can't do the 7-cost Luffy, you can't do the Shanks, but everything else you can hit. So like this card's the best target, like I was saying earlier, it just smashed through. But Nami can be used as long as you have 2 Dawn to use her effect twice. You can swing twice with this character with your leader's effect and start going up in cards. And that was one thing I really liked about playing this deck. And I think that's kind of just how the film engine is there is a lot of card draw. Because if I'm dropping down Luffy, drawing a card, and then bouncing him later to replay him, I'm drawing more cards. This has an on-play draw card and when attacking draw card. It just seemed like there was a lot of card draw, and that's not a bad thing, right? We do like to see that. So, cool stuff. You guys tell me what y'all think of this deck. It was a lot of fun. I will link the deck in the comment section below, and I will link the video that I originally came out with on this deck. I think I called it Super Luffy or something like that. Or no, Super Film Luffy or something like that. I'll link in the comment section below. But I do think I think I'm onto something here. Maybe it needs a little more support, but I think it's kind of going in the right direction. And as everyone knows, it's too bad this effect is not a little bit cheaper. If this was like a 2 or 3 Dawn effect and get rid of the plus 1,000 on there, then this leader would actually be very viable, I think. Very, very good stuff. All right, I'm done rambling. Please do not forget to like and subscribe, guys. I appreciate y'all so much. Let me go ahead and put up the patrons page and the playmat page. For all the VV Pirates playmat supporters, everyone who bought a mat, thank you so much. I do still have about half of them left. So that sold way faster than I thought. I'm happy that I'm down to the number I'm at. I really appreciate you guys who helped me there. And then for the patron page, the VV Pirates patron page, thank you guys so much for helping me out in the ways y'all do. You guys are awesome. All right, guys, that's about it. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. Like I said, if you got any comments, questions, suggestions, please put them down in the comment section below. I want to know what you thought about that game, Enel versus Red Purple Law. I want to know what you thought about all those reprints coming out for the PRB set. How amazing is that? How incredible is that, guys? And then what did you guys think about this janky, crazy red-green film deck? Is there something there? Am I onto something, or am I, you know, am I losing my marbles? All right, that's it. Appreciate you guys. Until next time, peace.